As I think back to when I was in school 20 years ago, it's easy to see that education has changed dramatically, especially regarding technology. These next few minutes will be spent showing how education has changed by using technology in the 21st century. The first question we want to consider here is, what is educational technology? Simply put, educational technology is using and applying technology effectively within education. It involves the use of many different technology tools. The first one that may come to mind is the computer, but it's more than just computers. We can also include on the list tablets and Chromebooks, 3D printers, projectors, interactive whiteboards too. Many people call them smartboards. The list goes on. Not only are there many different tools, but there's also many different ways of using those tools as well. Bill Gates had this quote. He said, "Technology is just a tool. In terms of getting the kids working together and motivating them, the teacher is most important." So, no matter what's used, the constant through education is the teacher himself or herself. Technology is not going to replace a teacher, but it can augment and make a teacher's job a lot more interesting. Another quote here that I want to share with you. It says, "We need to embrace technology to make learning more engaging, because when students are engaged and they are interested, that's where learning takes place." This is why educational technology is important. Students these days are part of a digital generation. Ed tech helps to meet the needs of those students who have only known a life of technology. There's never been a time in their life where they haven't had technology available to them. Students who use educational technology also learn a lot of many different life skills as well. The first one that they really learn to use is problem solving, being able to think their way through a problem and solving it. They also learn collaboration, learning with each other, working together to solve a problem or to come to a conclusion or whatever that situation might be. They also learn some higher level thinking skills. Students are able to analyze, evaluate, and apply what they know to their current situation, figure out what it might be, and then move on from there. Yes, educational technology is a great tool, but that's what it is. It's still a tool. This next quote here helps illustrate that point. It says, "Yes, kids love technology, but they also love Legos, scented markers, handstands, books, and mud puddles. It's all about balance." Now, some of you may be thinking, is this the end of paper and pencil? Well, the answer to that is yes and no. Technology is not the final answer. It's simply a piece of the puzzle. A balance still needs to be maintained. Too much of a good thing is still too much of a good thing. What educational technology does provide is the opportunity to do things differently that paper and pencil have always done. There will always be a place for paper and pencil. Math class, figuring out solving some quick problems in that class, or jotting down quick notes, whatever it might be. There will always be that. Um, but educational technology, does provide these four items as well. It allows you to substitute. You can, instead of writing out a report, you're able now to type it. You're also able to augment your project. When you type it, you can use spell check, and you are able to turn that document in digitally to your teacher. You're also able to modify. Instead of just doing a project by yourself, now you're able to work on it together at the same time. You could be side by side, you could be across the street, you could be across the city, you could be even across the world, working together on the same document, the same project at the same time. You also can redefine assignments. Instead of typing up a project or typing up a report, now you can take that information, and instead of typing it, you're able to create a 1-minute video that showcases what you've learned, um, and then present that as your assignment to the teacher. David Warlick, he was listed as one of the top 10 most influential educational technology people in 2011. He had this to say about ed tech. We need technology in every classroom and in every student and teacher's hand because it is the pen and paper of our time, and it is the lens through which we experience much of our world. And so kids are familiar with technology. They use it all the time at home. So what would be some good uses of it within school? Well, first of all, Google. I'm sure many of you, if not all of you, are familiar with Google. It's more than just searching, looking for things on the internet. It offers Google Apps for education, which is a free online suite of productivity products, very similar to Microsoft Office, but allows anyone, anywhere across the world at any time to use this. Teachers are able to create and share documents, presentations, and spreadsheets with students and others, and then they're able to provide feedback on their projects and assignments. Khan Academy is a large collection of educational resources that teachers can use to supplement their classroom materials. QR codes, also known as quick response codes, allow students to quickly access information that a teacher has shared with them through the use of this code. They snap this code, they select it, and it takes them to the information the teacher wants. There's also Google Hangouts or Skype. Basically, it's video chat. You are able to, and students are able to interact with others from around the world. Students are now able to see areas that they probably were never able to up to this point, and experience things and interact with um, so many new exciting adventures that they never were able to before. Now, up to this point, we've talked about reasons why educational technology should be used within the school. To be fair, though, there are some potential challenges that need to be highlighted and considered as well. First of all, we got the cost. There is a price tag attached. There are many free educational technology items, but there are costs that need to be considered for hardware and software. You also have to consider infrastructure. If you're putting this technology into your building, is your building going to be able to handle it? You're going to have to add in wireless access, running lots of wires, broadband internet access within the school itself. Electricity concerns potential as well. You're going to have to add outlets at various places throughout the building for projectors, for charging carts, whatever it might be. Those all need to be considered as well. You've got equity. Is everyone going to be able to use technology all at the same time? Is there going to be enough of it? Or are groups going to have to share? That's something that needs to be considered. There's also the idea of professional development. If you get something, the teachers are going to have to learn how to use it. That's going to cost time, and that is going to cost some money to train them properly to use it. A one-time training solution is not going to take care of it. It's going to have to be a constant support throughout at least that whole first year to really help the teachers feel comfortable about using that technology. And then the final challenge that you need to be consider as well is the idea of, will this technology actually be used? Some teachers might use it. Others may look at it and say, you know what, I have no interest in using it. It does not make sense for me to use this. And so that involves a conversation between the technology coordinator and the teachers to figure out what they would use. Teachers typically are going to use what's easy for them. It's easy to plan and it's easy to learn. And if it isn't, they're not going to take the time to really try to use it or use it effectively within the classroom. So I want to thank you for the opportunity to chat with you here tonight. I know there's a lot of positives that I gave and a number of negatives or potential downsides as well. But I do feel that the positives outweigh the negatives. So once again, thank you. If you have any questions, I am willing to take them at this time.